I do want to share one of my final few videos I'm dropping this year, getting the whole festive spirit, you know, and give you an early Christmas present that we're going to unwrap and unbox together. This package literally just arrived yesterday from Sweden, and they are from CRDBAG, and it's got a lot of cool organizing gear that we're going to spend today, just enjoy chilling, setting up, and also, yeah, just some organizing fun. Definitely check out my first unboxing video. It was a huge haul. I went through a ton of their gear, so if you are new to them, then definitely check out that video. As today, this follows up with all of the exciting recent launches. As you know, I've been using a lot of CRDBAG organizers like the Fused Mini here to the extra large to house my camera equipment. But all of these new launches, we're gonna bring them all together and transform my camera case into a portable workstation beyond just my camera equipment down here. I've got the Manfrotto Tough 55 high lid. We're going to be using the grid lid. It's not one of the official supported models, whether they haven't rated or tested it yet. So I'm going to verify whether it works on here. And by dimensions, it looks like it should. So fingers crossed. They've released the LED torch, larger and wider LED saber. Again, super excited. All compatible with the grid lid. Limited patches 01, but I finally got my hands on it. Recently launched limited patches too, so definitely one of the first to check it out. I primarily designed it to have the Fused Mini, and I've got 6 of these Maglock molly buckles. Attach and detach on the fly. Pals molly buckles come in handy. Grid lid, molly elastic straps. We've also got the light lock. Extra single patches, these battery ones. Let's transform my camera case with the CRDBAG grid lid system and organizers. CRDBAG are running their end of year sale where you can get 25% off their entire range. They're also throwing in some freebies, whether it's a set of patches, the organizer, even free shipping when you spend a certain amount. So now is a great time to either get yourself set up with your CRDBAG system. If you enjoy and find this video useful, then give it a big thumbs up. And you're also supporting the channel when you purchase any CRDBAG gear by using my links in the video description and in the comments. That's enough talking. Let's get installing. But first, unboxing. Ooh, this foily package, actually a nice touch. Very familiar packaging from their organizers if you've ever picked any of them up. My little pinky. Okay. All right, I'm sure there was a much easier or nicer way to open this. I kind of fudged it. Oh, we've got the grid lid. Ooh, this thing, yeah, looks really cool. Paperwork to help set it up and install in your camera case. We've also got the backer board, which uses 3M adhesives with 2 panels or strips of Velcro. And then this is the actual grid lid front where we attach all those organizers, and on the back we've got the other end of the Velcro strip to get them on the backer board. A combination of Mole and Velcro strap, 10 rows, 12 columns, make you feel like, oh, this is good quality. You can just remove the foam. Most camera cases will have some foam or sorts. These little holes, probably where you can kind of nail down other lid organizers. The 2 holes down here, the backer board, then it kind of overlaps the top 2. I have to adapt it a little. I've made just a little hole. I measured up where those holes are, and just with my box cutter knife, made a little indent. Comes right off. And alrighty. Cool. We're going to come back to this a little bit later on as it needs to sit and cure, so it's got a very strong bond. I'm using my gear to press down on the backer board. You can still unbox the rest and even organize the grid lid itself because we can Velcro it at any time. I wanted to get this and check it out against the LED torch to see what those differences are. This is the LED saber. Pretty cool. It's actually got a metal housing, an LED strip on the front, and we've got 2 further strips on the back. Control the 2 different strips separately. Non-removable USB-C cable. This looks to be the touch-sensitive control for the rear. Oh, very nice. Oh, I accidentally turned on the back, but that is pretty cool. Look at that. So this is the rear section. To be honest, you can also have it as the front. You can just rotate it depending what you like. This one is cycling through different colors right now. Fixed on different colors. Very nice and bright too. The front side. Sweet. So this one is in a neutral white. Hold it. It changes the brightness. So it's low. Oh, that gets super bright. An alternate neutral and warm lighting. You can have this lighting both the lid and your camera gear. So this saber honestly is super exciting. I can't wait to install this. Aluminium alloy and ABS. 47.3 centimeters tall and 2.2 centimeters thick. I like sometimes not having a battery powered one, but if you do prefer to have a battery powered one, then we can look at the LED torch. Straight away, a lot thicker, also weighs a lot more, but they're designed for very different things. Comes with a USB-A to a USB-C cable. IP68 rated, so super waterproof. It's meant for outdoor use. 350 lumens, which is pretty bright on the highest end. And color temp is, I guess, fixed at 5500, so neutral. But it also includes a battery, which is why it weighs a little bit more. Charging time is 4 hours, quite on the long end. And it has power. The low, mid, high, and strobing. Very small metal D-ring to kind of hook it onto like a carabiner of sorts. But everything does look very waterproof and sealed. Shows the power levels or battery levels since there's no display on this. 2 wrist or lanyard straps. Pocket sized, not as long, so you can take it with you, put it in your car or even in your carry-on. If you're wondering how you actually fix it onto the grid lid, it's with these. It's the light lock. If the loop is on the wrong way, you just have to flip it over to make sure it's got the right end of the Velcro to secure, like so. Pretty cool. I've got it down below. You could put it at the top, but I think for powering it, unless you have the power bank on the grid lid, it just makes it easier. And there you go. Pretty sweet. If I also turn the back one on, oh, very exciting. Give it a blue vibe. I actually quite like the newest additions they've released for the Fused Mini. Using the Velcro, the Fused Mini is the only one to have Velcro as one of the mounting options. Fun fact, they also have Velcro straps on the front, so if you keep them together, they can all be strapped onto each other. I've also got the large, and on that patch system, you can even affix it there and carry both at the same time. Affix this one, another one. It's already starting to look pretty dope. That organizer looks really slick, and I think this is probably what I would go for mostly. Belt, you can just rip one. You've got multiple molle webbings, so you have a lot of flexibility. I always kind of average probably 2 at least for the small and potentially the medium. You might want 3 just to give it extra support. To hook with the buckle, and then that comes out 1 and 2. I find it's probably easier to hook it on this first. The buckle's up, and have it upside down. We can just press it in. All right. Oh, that looks pretty baller now. I haven't seen this combination before, but this holds up really well. These Maglock buckles, I'm assuming, is going to be even faster. It comes in a pair of 2. It's got a magnet quick lock. This is an army green. And I've also got a standard black with a red trim. Let's swap those buckles out for these. The Maglock one is slightly thicker. Essentially, it's got 2 parts. So it still has the same latch system as this. They aren't compatible together because they have magnets built in, but you still have the same clasp system. But now you have one for the organizer and one for the backer board. And you actually press them together and it's got magnet. When you want to release it, it locks itself in place and you have to press a little button at the top and you can separate it. Much quicker, you don't have to fiddle with the back once it's installed. I think they both have their place, but if you're looking for convenience and faster tethering, this could be cool. The buckle's fixed onto this board. Oh, and that is attached. Time disengage. Now that part, detaching so much faster, how easy and quick it is. That's pretty dope. This is the one. It does add a little bit more bulk coming out from the grid lid because you've essentially got two lots of the buckle that magnet to each other versus the standard ones that are a bit more flush, but both of them great for their own ways. The bottom part kind of flaps away, right? These elastic straps, I can loosen the length, which makes it easier to resize. Now we have the elastic strap, and that is going to keep this held in place. This is a perfect addition just to keep everything nice and secure. So now you can't see it flap, but it doesn't remove how difficult it is to take off. We press the magnet buckles, you can just slide it out of that strap. I didn't really consider using the large, but after seeing how well it integrates into this, I'm honestly coming up with all the different combination sizes and what kind of gear I want to fix to this now because it does open up so many combinations. I found having color-coded battery patches also makes it easier to understand which one you've gone through, which ones are still fully charged. I also like how I can just detach the grid lid from the camera case and just work on it. If you've got 2-3 bodies, you can get A cam, B cam, C cam, and that's just got a nice operational aspect for power users. I really like the set from limited edition 1. You've got a Top Gun inspired wireless, the dronies like the Goonies, mic with the Pac-Man inspired, Mutant Ninja storage, axe for Ghostbusters, and sound, I think that's Sonic. SDI as in Sega. This battery icon we're gonna take, and I can put it on one of these. That battery icon next to one. And of course, you still have this labeling. You can use the cord tabs and add further labeling. I like to keep an open window into what's inside patch number 2. And this, again, is a really exciting addition. Familiar ones like monitor from Nintendo, you got tools from Hot Wheels, snacks from Oreo, first aid kit, which is Stranger Things, the gadgets, Simpsons, camera icon, filters from Aliens, Legend of Sound, Legend of Zelda. So this is just a rough draft of how I'd like to personalize the grid lid, but honestly there's so many combinations and I love that about the cord bag system. The final step is installing the grid lid onto the backer board, which has secured firmly onto my Manfrotto Tough 55 case. This is kind of a first pass draft of what I'd like to set up my grid lid with. 6 fused mini, the LED saber on the bottom I think looks really awesome there, and just having a bit of fun with all the labeling. It's not all set and I'll kind of finalize this in a future video, but for now I'm liking this 6-pack fused mini setup and we're going to install it. So all I need to do is set this here, turn it on. Boom. There we go. And having it like this, you can start to see the rear RGB lighting up beneath. Alternatively, you can put it on the top and the LED torch on the right, but this gives good function since it can light up the bottom as well as the top. And we are done. I honestly cannot stress enough how much I'm really digging the grid lid. It's just transformed my camera case. It's no joke. Everything together, especially if you're embedded in the cord bag organizers, which at first glance may seem like quite a lot to invest in, but bringing it together with this grid lid, having additional accessories like the LED saber, which is increasingly becoming one of my most enjoyable and favorite part of the experience, just makes it such a worthwhile, professional and neat system to work with. You can actually see with the LED saber, something that I kind of missed out in the unboxing. It came with this Metal sturdy base, access the RGB lighting at the top, although for the power, it actually slots at the base. So when you want to turn it off, then yeah, you just simply take off the base. It's honestly not a hassle. Main light source was just a neutral, but you can actually cycle through warm tones and neutral tones. You just want to make sure you're not overpacking it and even placing it against items so they haven't got a lot of pressure. Like I would put the thinner items against my cine lens, which stand a little bit taller than say my photo lens, which sit really flush inside. That's where I would put some of the more stuffed organizers. So there are a few little considerations there, but how well everything works and how smooth things are to detach. So it honestly gives you so much options for your workflow, how you enjoy using your gear, what type of gear you carry, what matters to you, what you want to pack, and being able to make a combination that works for you. Advance Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, keep being awesome. Peace.